Hey guys, it's Maddie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I tint my brows and how you can easily achieve it at home. So if you want to go from this to this, then keep watching and we'll get straight into it. Okay guys, so first I'm going to go through what we need. Obviously we need the tint itself. This comes in a lot of colors and you can buy tint from salon shops and warehouses, and I'm pretty sure you can buy it from the chemist too, or the drugstore. And we need the oxidant. So the oxidant is the thing that makes the tint active. This comes in like a liquid form or a kind of like a cream form. Then you need like a petroleum based jelly, or I just use Vaseline because that's just the one that I know. Then you need a little bowl to mix the tint and the oxidant together, and you need some cotton buds, that's just to apply the tint. And last but not least, you need some wet cotton pads just to remove the tint and reveal the final look. I feel really nervous, like I tint my brows all the time, but I'm super nervous because I'm doing it on camera. First, I'm going to pick up my Vaseline or my petroleum-based jelly and a cotton bud, and I've left my skin around my brows bare of any makeup really, so I'm just going to outline my brows. Don't get any of this on your brow hairs, because the reason we use Vaseline is because it acts as a barrier. So if you get this on your hairs aren't going to tint. So you don't have to be too neat. This kind of just prevents any tint from getting on your skin. Okay, now that that's on, I'm gonna move on to mixing the tint. So I always use this natural brown tint, and I put the tiniest bit of black in it as well, just to take any kind of reddy tones out of the tint. Sometimes the browns, there's a light brown and a natural brown, they can look a little bit orangey, but because my hair is quite dark, I think I can get away with pretty dark brows. And even if you can't get away with it, who cares? If you like dark brows, go for your life. So I'm gonna add about 1 centimeter of tint into the little mixer. Sorry if you don't work with centimeters, I don't know how much that would be in inches. And then just a really tiny bit of black in there, like that, just to make it a little bit more ashy. Then I'm gonna pick up my oxidant, and the tint to oxidant ratio is 1 centimeter of tint to 5 drops of oxidant. So I'm just gonna pop about 5 drops in there, but don't worry if you accidentally do more. And then using a cotton bud, I'm just going to mix all of that together. I just wanted a little bit more liquidy than that, so I'm just gonna add about 1 more drop. Oh, there's 2. A couple more drops into the mixture. And now you can see it's a little bit less lumpy, it's quite smooth now. Okay, so the tint mixture stays active for about 10 minutes. So after the 10 minutes, it won't oxidize any further, but you wouldn't really use brow tint for 10 minutes anyway. It usually stays on between 2 to 4 minutes. So I'm just gonna apply it. I'm first going to apply it against the growth so that it catches like those underneath hairs as well. And then coming to the front, I'm just gonna really lightly put that on. This is my worst brow. My left brow is like way nicer. And then I'm gonna go with the growth. And if you don't like the shape of your brow, you can always tint your skin as well, because it does stay on your skin for a little bit. Okay, now as you can see, that's really not neat. So I'm just gonna flip the cotton bud around and neaten that up a little bit so that my lines are smooth. Beautiful. That looks pretty good to me. So I'm gonna leave this on for about 2 minutes, usually 1 minute in, because I like the front of my brows to be a little bit lighter than the tail of my brow. I just take a wet cotton pad and I just wipe a little bit away. Like that. And then I leave it on for another minute and then I will wipe it off. Okay guys, now I'm gonna wipe the rest of my brow off, so I'm just gonna use a wet cotton pad and I'm just gonna swipe like that. Ow, that really hurt. I really pushed down on my skin just then. And then I'm gonna go against as well, just to make sure that I got all of it off. And there we have our tinted brow. Okay, I'm just gonna do my other brow in fast motion so that you can kind of really cement it in your brain. So the rule I use when I'm tinting brows or tinting my own brows is the 1 to 4 minute rule. I never really leave tint on for longer than 4 minutes. If I want a really light brow, I'll just leave it on for 1 minute, and then 2 to 3 minutes is like a medium to light or medium to dark, and then usually if you leave it on for 4 minutes, they're quite dark. Obviously, if you're using a light color like the blonde and you leave it on for 4 minutes, it's just going to be a dark blonde. It's not going to go black unless you use black. Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of the Vaseline that's left on my skin. They look pretty good to me. I accidentally tinted my skin just there. You can buy tint remover, which takes it off your skin, but I just don't have any because I never get tint on my skin. But of course I do when I'm filming it. So I'm just gonna give my brush a little bit of a comb. Make sure all the hairs are like in the right place. Man, this is usually my bad brow, but it's looking way nicer. This one's looking, I don't know, weird. Especially the tail. Ew, I did a really bad job of that brow, I don't know why. Oh well, I'm going to clean up the outside of my brows with the concealer and a little eyebrow brush. Okay guys, so that is the final result. I just put some concealer around my brows to kind of tidy the lines up and everything, and so that I didn't just have my skin showing. I'm just gonna let you know a few tips and tricks. So with the Vaseline, a lot of people get lazy and they don't do that step, but I really do recommend that step because without it, you can't get those neat lines, and also it acts as such a good barrier that, like, you know, when I was applying it and it was just going everywhere, it doesn't, like, you don't have to worry too much about keeping the exact shape of your brow, because then when you go and take a cotton bud and take the excess tint off the like outline of your brows, it just comes off so nicely because the Vaseline is there and you don't have to worry about it staining your skin in a really weird ugly pattern. Another one is, I would say, tint them a little bit darker than you actually do want them, because, you know, these look super dark now, but usually as a general rule they say over the first couple of days your brows will fade 20%, you know, like after washing your face and everything, and they always look hectic on the first day. If you can see how, like, in the middle here, like right at the beginning of my brow, you can really see that there is tint on my skin, and the tint on your skin, oh, excuse my eyeshadow by the way, the tint on your skin doesn't last as long as the tint on your hairs. So if they look super dark, don't worry too much because they'll fade over the next couple of days. Generally, brow tint stays on for about 3 to 4 weeks, obviously depending how much you wash your face, what you wash your face with, if you go in water, the pool or the sea a lot, but generally I reckon you get 3 good weeks out of it, and on the 4th week it starts to fade. But anyway guys, hopefully I covered everything. If I remember something that I didn't explain properly or tell you guys about, I'll write it in the description box below or as a pinned comment so that you guys can see it. If you guys have any tips or tricks that you want to share, feel free to mention them in the comments below so you can help each other out. And I hope that you guys found this video helpful or educational. I love filming these kinds of things because I tint brows every day at work, and it's just something that I've really grown to love. I don't know why, it's really satisfying. Anyway guys, I'll see you next week for a couple more videos. I hope you have a great weekend, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. See you later guys, thanks for watching. Mwah.